Hello, everyone. Raymond Moore, Tilted Prepper. How's everybody doing this morning? Life is good. Yep, life is good. I'm doing 75 hard again, and folks, it's hard, and it's interesting. Some of the lessons I'm already learning is because I've been there, done that. It's there. It's I make it akin to jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. First time you jump out of a perfectly good airplane, you have no idea what to expect, and then the ground comes up really fast. Well, the second time you jump out of a perfect airplane, you know exactly what's coming at you, and so I kind of make it to that sort of relationship. I relate it to that sort of thing because I've done 75 hard once already, and now I'm doing it again. And it's like, what sort of crazy person wants to do 75 hard again? And yes, that's what I'm doing. So, and the reason I say that is because I had a really hard time this morning. The bitch voice was talking big time to me. Don't go on that walk. Who cares? Skip it. Don't do it. Do something easy. And it's like, nope, not doing it. So pushed myself, did it, and did my walk. So today's topic is don't get your ass handed to you like I did. And I thought I'd share something a little different with you today. What I'm going to do is kind of talk about, some of my life, where I came from, where what's happened to me, and to go back maybe about 10 years or so. I was actually living a pretty good life, and I was very out there in the prepper arena. I was speaking at conferences. I was doing TV. I was doing radio. In fact, the History Channel actually came out and did a documentary where they were featuring me and my then ex-wife, and we did that. And so life was really good. I was bringing in some really good money, had six-figure income, just some huge success and things. And what happened is because things were going so well and everything, this was the time when Obama was coming into office, and he was talking about the whole Obamacare and how it's going to tax you and everything like that. And after running numbers and everything, we found out that we were going to be horribly taxed because we made a decent amount of income. And so what we decided is to pick it all up and move to Central America. Now, we lived down there, and I have to say, what we did is we bought a great piece of property. At least we thought it was. I mean, this piece of property was wonderful. I mean, we had, it was a completely enclosed compound, pool, hot tub, everything was solar, driven. I mean, we were producing tons of solar electricity. We were totally off the grid. It was a great place, had incredible views. And, this was the view out of our back, our living room or office window. The whole house was basically windowed all the way around. And so looking out the back windows there into the valley, we had this beautiful view. And the great thing is that, again, this was like the prepper compound, like crazy, completely walled in. And it was a walled about 2.5 acres that was walled. We were living off the grid. We have our own well system. We had animals and everything. And in fact, what we had here again was 65 acres. And you see that little star there. That's where the house was. But on the house too, we had some pretty great things going. We had chicken coops. We had, horses, we had chickens, we had goats, we had pigs. I actually built a smokehouse using the sandbag building technique, and built a smokehouse that was really great. I mean, you name it, we had it. It was really great. We had a river, and actually the river was producing gold too, so I was panning for gold and things. And so it was totally the dream lifestyle. And so the negative is that it was the property from hell. And come to find out, the previous owner, what he did is he basically kept everything together with spit toothpicks and a little bit of duct tape. And so things were just constantly breaking down. And I mean, we had a fire that burnt about 1/3 of the property, and because we had a fire, all the animals and critters came down into our living area and everything, which then brought the snakes. And we had down there in Central America, they have what's called fer-de-lance. And fer-de-lance are very aggressive snakes, and especially the females if they have babies and everything. I mean, their heads are literally the size of my fist. They are gigantic. They're easily 5 to 6 feet long. They will chase you. The females are very protective, very territorial. And so we were having a snake invasion, and so it was just one thing after another. The cows were eating the electrical system. I don't know how cows were doing it, but the cows were doing it. So we're constantly having problems with the well and other things like that. And so it was just, all this stuff. It just turned into a money pit. And thank goodness we had an escape clause that we were able to leverage and get out of. And so what we did is we then, left the US, left Central America, came back to the US. And, here I'm thinking things are going to get really great and everything like that. And life's going to start to return to normal. And something I didn't say is that while we were living down in Central America, the internet sucked. And so I couldn't do my YouTube videos. I couldn't do my podcast because I would try to upload them. And they would just stall out all the time. And because of that, I started losing income. Amazon changed their affiliate program greatly to where, I was bringing in about $3,000, maybe $5,000 a month in Amazon income. And they changed their affiliate program drastically. And it hurt a lot of people, but it really hurt us because that was a big chunk of income that I was earning. And so that happened. And so just life was just imploding in me, the, lack of income, the money pit, this, that, and the other. And we finally just said, screw it. We're going to move back to the US. We did come back. And here, I was thinking that, life was going to start to return back to normal. And while we were doing down there in Central America, it was really affecting the marriage too. And so things were not going good down there at all. And there was a lot of animosity, a lot of resentment and things. And so things just really, went to hell in a handbasket. And then when we moved back to Texas, again, thinking things were going to get better and, trying to get, book deals again, speaking gigs, this, that, and everything, regrowing the tribe and stuff. And just things went south. My ex was my webmaster and, controlled everything like that. And bad things happened. And so eventually what happened is we got a divorce, and not a good thing, but it was literally the divorce from hell. And what happened was, she, because she was my webmaster and everything, she made up a bunch of lies about me, and I literally lost 7,000 subscribers and in a matter of 30 days. So not only did she destroy my name and my credibility, I lost my income, I lost my subscribers, I lost a lot of friends because a lot of people believed what she said and everything. And it was just very, very bad. And so, and I say all that because, I went into a very deep pit. And if it wasn't for a gentleman named Garrett White, who runs a coaching program called Wake Up Warrior, that gave me the tools and helped me to basically pull myself out of this pit and start becoming the man again, and start doing things, start building things, start creating things. And this was about, like I said, 7 years ago when I learned all this. And so it was very enlightening. And, because of that, what's happened, I then come and I meet a wonderful woman named Cynthia. And Cynthia, really basically, my life turned around because of this wonderful lady. And, I wanted to do more, be more, become more and everything. And so over the years, what I've been doing here is I've actually been developing systems And I learned the core four from Garrett, but what I did is I have adapted it to myself, and so that I am now doing the core four the Raymond Moore style. And I've developed also the 1950s diet. Something I am working on developing now is another system called the ARC system: awareness, readiness, and committed to action. And so these are things that I've been putting in place in my life, and they have really been coming to help me. Life is good, life is wonderful, and life is really doing good. What I am focusing on, my big goal and everything, is to create what I call a have it all lifestyle. And I'm able to do that because I leverage the core four: health, self, love, money. And I'm doing every day, working my core four tasks. But then on top of that, I've got my core four notebook that I've now basically mapped out my day, and basically to the core four. And then I'm creating and building what I'm calling the ARC system. And the reason I came up with that is because I was talking to a friend of mine, and actually he's another coach that I'm working with, and I keep telling him about the Noah's Ark and how people just aren't really truly prepared. And they think they are. They got all these wonderful tools and gear and cool guy stuff and food and everything, but in reality they aren't really prepared. Because here I'm Joe Super Prepper, been on TV, got books, all this other junk and everything, doing wonderful and stuff. My personal SHTF happened, and I fell apart. It didn't matter that all my cool guy gear and all the food and all the other prepper stuff and everything had and happened. It didn't matter. It still happened, and I had this personal SHTF situation take place. I was not prepared, even though I had all the cool stuff. And that's something that I see with a lot of people today. A lot of preppers have all this cool stuff, but what they haven't prepared is for those personal SHTF situations, or an SHTF situation, that will affect your mental ability, your soul, your heart, your marriage, your income, and everything. And a lot of people just aren't there. And so it is really waking me up to the fact that this is there, because I was at some of these conferences, and I was speaking there, and I started talking to people about mental fortitude, endurance, mental fortitude. How is your marriage? How is your health? How is yourself? Do you have a side income? What would happen if you would lose your job and everything? And these are areas of preparedness that the prepper arena isn't addressing. And when I went through my personal SHTF situation, I learned a lot, because a lot of those things affected me. Where now I am mentally tough. I'm secure in my myself, my love, my money, my health. I'm doing 75 hard again, and things. And so these are things that I'm wanting to share with the world. And this is why I've been doing these videos and everything, because I truly feel it is my mission, because I've recognized this discrepancy in the prepper arena. And a lot of people just don't want to admit it, that this is happening, that this is there. They think they've got it covered. They've got all the beans, bullets, band-aids, Bibles, and so forth. And so they think they're good, but they're not strong here. They haven't developed mental fortitude, mental toughness, that wherewithal to keep pushing forward, keep doing that one more, to making, doing the hard stuff and everything. It's like I said, today, I did not want to go on my walk, but you know what? I drilled down and said, doggone it, do the hard stuff. And so again, went out, did my walk and everything and stuff. So these are things that I'm wanting to share with the world. This is why I write my articles. This is why I do these videos every morning. This is why I do, a lot of stuff. And so I have my systems in place that they are working. And I'm hoping to share these systems and everything with you. I've been sharing them with you already, but I wanted to give you guys some background so that you would understand that I literally had my ass handed to me. And it it didn't work. Even though I had all the beans, bullets, bandies, Bibles and everything, I still had my ass handed to me. And by listening to my story, I hope that someday, if anything ever happens to you, that your ass doesn't get handed to you too. So, I've got great systems in place. What you guys need to do is think about putting systems into your place so that you have them going, so that you are developing mental fortitude. You're developing that preparedness mentality so that no matter what happens, even if an SHTF situation that happens to you personally, you have that wherewithal, you have that mental fortitude, you have that self, that health, that love, that money going for you, and you've been operating in that every day, and you're going to kick it hard. So, that's that's kind of my life story right there, folks. And just wanted to share this stuff with you because I've had some people email me, hey Ray, why are you, kicking off on this self-development kick and everything instead of preparedness? And so I wanted to share this story with you, share my life, so that you understand why I'm doing this and why I feel so motivated to really help people and help people do these things. So, but that's everything, folks. Coffee with Ray, you know. We'll see you. Goodbye. God bless. Hope this story helped you, help you understand and see some of my background and why I do what I do today is because I care about my fellow human out there. I want to have allies, not enemies. And I know together we can make it strong. So we'll see you. Goodbye. God bless. Till time.